Hello there, everybody there in YouTube land. This is Diablo Drago back again with another video. This is What If Deku Had Ichigo's Powers Part 7. My collaboration with Deku having radiation. In 1997, I will link Part 6 that he did in the description below. He's good. He's kind of quiet in his videos, but I'm going to go on and say he's tired. So, yeah. But he has potential. Support him. I hope you guys enjoy his content as much as I do. Anyway, and a quick announcement. I am planning to do a top 5 discussion list concerning animes. Yeah, top 5 lists about animes. Yeah. My first one I'm planning to do, which will be on the channel, anywhere between a week and a month. Somewhere in there. It's going to be top 10 anime heroes who could have been the villain. Yeah. Really? I'm planning on doing this, so if you guys don't like the idea of me doing that, you don't have to watch the video. I'm just trying to reach out to a whole new audience, because I want to grow as a YouTuber. I don't want to be stationary the entire time. I want to broaden my horizon. If you guys have a problem with that, I am sorry. I just want to be a better YouTuber, to create better content for you guys. So I hope you guys can understand that. Anyway, this is What If Deku Had Ichigo's Powers, Part 7. Here we go. In the last part that Deku having radiation Deku had won the sports festival, and Momo has started developing the powers to see ghosts and spirits. It's mainly because she's been hanging around Deku a lot, and Deku has actually been radiating a lot of spiritual energy. Similarly to how Chad and Orihime, who spent almost all their time around Ichigo, developed their powers. And Ichigo was watching the sports festival, and as Deku got mad during his fight with Todoroki, Ichigo started noticing that Deku's eyes were turning black and yellow as if a hollow mask is starting to manifest. Ichigo managed to stop this, and Deku still won the sports festival, but Ichigo has to have a close eye on Deku. Days pass after the sports festival, they return to school, and they are going to go to their internships. I'm going to say everyone goes to the same internships as they did in the anime, including Deku, who goes to Gran Torino's, because Gran Torino wants to know more about how this Deku kid, who All Might has chosen to be the successor for One For All. Because he saw how Deku not only could use One For All to a good extent, but he also noticed something strange about how Deku's powers to manifest a bow and a sword. He's hoping that, with luck, he could teach Deku how to manifest both at the same time. Or at least shorten the amount of time it takes in between transitions. That is going to be his goal throughout this training. And so, when Deku arrives, similarly to the anime, Gran Torino had tripped and fallen over a sausage. It was in ketchup, and yeah, Deku panicked like normal. Well, and they begin a talk. Gran Torino had noticed how Deku uses his powers, and he wants to see how well Deku can shorten the transition time between the sword and the bow. And Deku agrees that this is a good idea of training. And yeah. So Gran Torino and Deku spar for a bit in a large area, let's say an old warehouse, where Deku has to use his bow and sword, and he has to work on the transitions between the both of them. Let's say 5 days, let's say like 3 days in. Deku had shortened the time in between transitions about as 0.75 seconds. As in 3/4 of a second. And it typically takes Deku about 4 seconds. And in a battle, all you have to be is half a second slower, or your enemy half a second faster. That is really something that will determine an outcome of a fight. Yeah. And Deku, who remembers that of what had happened to Ingenium, Ida's brother, and how he was attacked by Stain the Hero Killer. I forgot to mention that earlier, sorry. And he gives Ida a call, hoping that Ida hasn't done anything stupid yet. And Ida confirms that he hasn't done anything, and he plans that says everything will be alright. Gran Torino sees how worried Deku is and decides that they should go to Hosu in order to check things out, because besides, Deku's gonna need more battle training against more villains, because, yeah. And as they're on the train going past Hosu, the Nomus attack, crashing through the thing. Deku actually manifests his bow and shoots an arrow at the Nomu, but he doesn't fatally injure it. Gran Torino goes after it, and Deku notices all the commotion, and he goes to look for Ida. And as he goes through, he is finding more and more Nomus. He manifests his sword and yells out, "Arise, Silver Phoenix!" Creating his Phoenix, attacking multiple Nomus and actually destroying one of them. And he keeps running away in order to find Ida until he sees what's going on. He sees that Ida is going to be stabbed by the hero killer. He goes berserk. He manifests as much power as he can, and from One for All, and starts bolting towards him. Her smashing Stain in the face. Yeah. Deku, who yells at Ida for doing something so stupid and reckless, but Ida just yells that he doesn't understand what's going on. And Deku simply yells, "Are you an idiot? We are heroes. Saving someone is part of our job, even if we have to save that person from themselves." And Stain is glistening with pride in knowing that there is a real hero among the fakes. But he notices something strange about Deku, and Deku notices something strange about Stain. And Stain simply says, "So kid, let me guess, you have a Zanpakuto toe, don't you?" Deku is surprised. He had no idea that there were other people who like that. And Stain simply reveals, "Well, kid, I guess it's about time someone finds out sooner or later." Stain lifts the lower part of his shirt to reveal a hole in his chest, and lifts his headband to reveal a part of a mask. "You see, kid, I am an Arankar. I am a hollow that has manifested the powers of a Soul Reaper. But you see, in my life as a human, I hated heroes. They were fakes. They deserved nothing but death. And hopefully, their spirits will feed the monsters in order to create better people." Deku feels angered by this somehow, because Stain is just nothing but a monster to him. Deku just wants to run away with Ida and Native, but he can't carry both of them at once, no matter what's going on. He has to contact friends. He sends a contact to everyone in his class, sending his location, and managing to type 3 letters, H-E-L. But before he could type in the last letter, and hit send, and Stain attacks with his sword and actually hits the send button, and everyone who gets the message realizes what's going on. Deku needs help, but they can't get to him in time. Except for Todoroki, who is already in the city. He starts running towards the location, and Endeavor doesn't follow. Well, because he didn't tell anything else. And then Stain says, "Well, kid, I have respect for you. I'll go all out." As Stain picks up his sword, it's glistening red, and he says, "Bleed, Crimson Dragon." The sword melts, encasing Stain in a crimson and liquid, and then it solidifies into a red and white armor that's shaped like a dragon, a dragonoid human, mind you. And Deku has no idea what's going on. Deku has to think of something, so he's going to stick with long range and powers up an entire volley of arrows, doing everything he can. And he doesn't know what's going to happen, but he has to hurry up and create like a stun grenade with his spiritual energy, so that they could have a chance to get away. But which does help. He manages to move away from the alley, and Stain catches up with them. And as Stain's about to slash them with its crimson claws, out comes a burst of blue flames. And thinking that the Stain was a Nomu, it was Shoto, who produced as much fire as he could with his right side, pushing it to the point where his arm was almost completely burned. And Deku feels incredibly at fault for this, because Shoto had hurt himself trying to save them, and he has to hurry up and defeat them. He has to lure Stain out to other heroes in order for them to even have a remote chance. And as they are thinking this, Stain is charging up his Sero. And as this is going on, it fires, and as they are about to die, then they hear a familiar voice saying, "Getsuga Tensho!" It's Ichigo helping them. Not knowing what was going on, but he had his suspicions about the hero killer for the last few months, but he had no idea that something like this was going to happen. Because, yeah, the idea that a Rancor was still around was almost unheard of for her Ichigo, because it's been hundreds of years since the Aizen incident, let's say that. And as Deku begins to just feel angry at himself that he couldn't defeat his opponent, and something like this, Ichigo just simply slaps him in the back of the head like, "Yes, I hit myself. Don't judge me." He says, "This is no time to falter, Deku. It's at times like this where we need to be at our most focused. Who are we, and what do you want us to do?" And Deku just simply says, "I don't know about you, but I'm a hero. I am going to save everyone I can." And Ichigo simply says, "All right then. I guess we'll have to train you more like this sooner or later, so just manifest as much power as you can with your Zanpakuto, or your bow might be nice." And Ichigo just takes off his captain's robe because he doesn't want to get dirty, because last time he did that he was yelled at by the head captain. And he yells, "Bankai Tenza Zangetsu." His entire robe transformed and his sword got smaller. And then Deku notices that Ichigo puts his hand on his face and then manifests a mask. And then he goes, "Getsuga Tensho!" Cutting Stain, but he isn't dead. Deku decides to manifest his bow, shooting up as many arrows as he could. And when he thought that wasn't going to work, he heard a voice coming from his Zanpakuto, Silver Phoenix. He said, "Boss, I believe you who should know more about my power by now, but I guess I'll give you a hand for a bit." Deku manifests his Zanpakuto and he yells, "Arise, Silver Phoenix!" And as he does this, his spiritual energy is climaxing. It's as if, and Silver Phoenix is saying into his ear, "We're gonna have to work together for this, so be grateful, brat." And as they force their the Zanpakuto is continually changing again, actually turning into the Flaming Phoenix itself. And he says, Phoenix Wave! An entire burst of fire in the shape of a phoenix is just attacking Stain, incinerating half of him. I mean, Stain is surprised that a kid with such little experience in battle could do this. But not only is Stain surprised, heroes nearby were surprised at what happened. And Stain was like, kid, I like you. I have my respect for you. I think I'll leave now. And everyone notices that his armor was shattering and it was Stain underneath it. Deku had no idea that everyone else was watching, including, it was all over the news at the time. And Stain was like, I guess I'll have to see you guys later. He slashes through the sky, like creating a portal. He is going to his home base in Waco Mundo. Kid, I've met a lot of fakes, and people with potential to become true heroes, but you by far are the most worthy of the title. So let's say, hey, for now, that I'll be back in the darkness, and I'll continue doing my job as you get stronger, and I hope we can fight again. As the portal closes and Deku feels so relieved to have that huge weight off of his chest. And when a couple days pass and they're in the hospital, Deku is just wiped out. He can't believe what just happened, and everyone sees this, and Deku is just Deku at this point. And then the chief of police comes and says, kid, what the heck just happened that day? We all know that was Stain, but what the heck happened? Deku proceeds to explain an abridged version of what happened, without telling anything about Soul Reapers and stuff like that. And the chief of police decides, well, that incident was all over the news, and the entire world already knows that you did something, so... And people will begin to question us if we decide to punish you, so I guess we won't publicly do anything, but we'll still have to inform the school. So, yeah, prepare for some extracurricular activities. And Deku is not bothered by this because what's a few extra lessons gonna do to him? And out into the room bursts a crying Momo, tackling Deku. And Deku is very happy to see Momo, but he's really upset that he's making her cry. They're having this tender moment, and Tenya goes, guys, we're here. And Deku and Momo are blushing a bit because, yeah. Later on in the day, Deku takes Momo to the roof so they could talk, and how Deku, who believes that Stain will come back and he may target the people he loves, so he tells Momo that they're going to have to remain close. Well, Momo doesn't mind this, but she is not she has no idea what that might and what they could do to do it. So Deku gives the suggestion that we tell the school board about a dorm system that may actually prove more useful than anything else at this point, so it would help a lot. Momo agrees to this, they tell the school, and the school board has to think about this for a bit. Until then, Deku and Momo are having their moments, everyone else is training, and Deku is still injured, and he gets pretty scolded by his parents. So yeah, everything is pretty normal for him, so yeah. And that's where I'll leave it off for now, because, yeah, this is the longest video I've recorded so far. Yeah, almost 20 minutes at this point. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention at the time. So, yeah. If you like this video, check out Deku having Radiation 997. He will be doing the next part himself. Part 8, yeah. And if you haven't watched Part 6, I'm putting it in the description below. So check that out. Check him out. Subscribe to him. Subscribe to me. Like, comment, subscribe. He's awesome. I'm decent. whatever. Who knows? I don't know. Go check him out. He's good at making content. If you like these videos, like, comment, subscribe. And just a reminder, I'm planning on doing a top 5 list for animes. Top 5 anime heroes who could have been the villains will be coming up within the next couple of weeks. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe. Have a nice day. Peace out. Plus Ultra.